A moment later, she returned with a filled syringe. Some of the really bad cases, such as Juan, had IVs. Inserting the needle in the IV port, Anna said, "I'm not a nurse, but I've been trained to give injections in this emergency situation, just in case you were wondering." She nodded to the patient. "Juan is special. Why don't you stick with him as much as possible? When he's sleeping peacefully, you can work with some of the children, but I think it would really help him to have someone here." Amy looked back at the poor man. "What's so special about him?" "He's an amnesiac. The most we could figure out is that he survived some horrific fire, got conked on the head, woke up from an 11-month coma, and can't remember a thing about himself." Amy gasped. "That's awful." "No kidding. The whole time he was in the coma, Dr. Bennett, our mission doctor, worked with him tirelessly. Physical therapy, daily massages, turning him almost hourly so he wouldn't get bed sores. He became the staff's special project. Dr. Bennett even found someone to cover for him at the mission and moved into the hospital for the duration. A plastic surgeon buddy from the U.S. flew in to do some skin grafts. Thankfully, the burns on his face weren't as bad as originally believed, so the grafts were mostly successful. The scars will continue to fade with time, although they'll never be completely gone. His torso took the brunt of the burns. When he finally woke up, Juan had to learn how to walk again, feed himself, toilet himself, everything. Daily, he went through a strenuous workout regimen with weights. I've never seen anyone so determined to get better. It's absolutely amazing he's come this far in a year and a half. In fact, they've posted more flyers around the town asking if anyone recognizes him now. He looks a lot different than he did a year ago." "Juan? John? As in John Doe? And you don't know where he's from?" "No. We know he's an American simply because of his accent, but he speaks perfect Portuguese. He actually woke up speaking that and didn't realize he could speak English until one day an American tourist was in the bed next to him. Lucas walked in on them carrying on a conversation in English." "Why didn't they fly him back to America if they knew he was American?" "Where would they fly him to? America's a pretty big country. Lucas figured if he kept him here, someone might come looking for him." "So how did he end up in the hospital?" "He just showed up on the doorstep one day, as close to death as you can get without actually dying. Someone had to have helped him get there, but obviously wanted to remain anonymous. Lucas answered the knock on the door, found him, and immediately got to work on him. If it wasn't for Lucas." A scruffy, red-tinged beard covered most of the lower part of Juan's face, the part that could still grow hair. There were a few bald patches. She wondered what color his eyes were. "How long has he been this sick?" "Almost 3 days. The dengue fever outbreak hit him hard. It doesn't help that his lungs were weak to begin with. He had inhaled a lot of smoke from the fire and was on oxygen for a long time. Now this upper respiratory thing. Lucas said his breathing's okay right now, but if he gets worse, we'll have to put him on oxygen. In addition, he often has awful nightmares. They plague him, but he can't remember what they are when he wakes up. I wish we had a good psychiatrist that could help him, but out here there's really not anyone. Dr. Bennett offered to fly one in for him, but Juan refused." Anna sighed, folded her papers to stick into the pocket of her white lab coat. "I'll be back. I've got to check on the little ones." Amy grabbed the wet cloth once again. The medication seemed to be working. He was calmer, resting better, although he still frowned in his sleep. Dipping the cloth, she wrung it out as she studied his face.